This March Harbor Freight isn't just offering discounts, they're releasing numbers that could save you hundreds of dollars, or cost you hundreds of dollars if you didn't know beforehand. 35% off all icons and Quinn socket sets. Generator 5,000 watts is a direct $300 discount. Buy two 5-ampere-hour batteries for only $90. Leaf flower with full battery and charging costs only $80. Sounds appealing, right? But here's the important thing. Not every deal in March is worth buying. Some dishes look very fiery red, but were actually cheaper in the past. There are items at their lowest prices of the year, and if you miss out, you'll have to wait a long time. In this video, I will help you clearly distinguish which item you need to buy right away, which dishes should wait, and how to leverage coupons to maximize every dollar you spend. Before you enter the store, please watch this entire video. And let's start with the deal group Buy Now. If you only have a budget for a few items, these are things you shouldn't hesitate to buy. To be frank, 35% off of Icon and Quinn socket sets simultaneously is unusual. Harbor Freight isn't usually this generous with its professional socket line. They will usually exclude a few codes. This time, almost completely wiped out. Icon Mimi 2.0 goes from $80 down to over $50. Quinn's 61-piece impact set saves approximately $63. Thin wall sets are now from $70 to around $45. Sounds like just a few dozen dollars, are not. This is the foundation of every toolkit. Sockets are something you use every week, not something for fun. Compared to Home Depot or Lowe's, which have the same configuration, you pay an additional 30 to 50% for a major brand. Here, lifetime warranty. Broken is a change. Don't ask too many questions. If you only buy one thing this month, buy sockets. Because once this sale is over, you'll most likely not see that wide 35% again. 2. Battery deals. A sweet trap, but worth stepping into. This is the interesting part. Bauer, 2-pack 5-ampere-hours, $90. Hercules, 2-pack 5-ampere-hours, $100. Starter kit, $100 to free tool for up to $65. Does that sound like an ecosystem locking strategy? Exactly. Once you've bought the battery, you're practically attached to that platform. But if you have to be locked, get locked at the lowest price. $90 for two 5-ampere-hour tablets is near the bottom. There were times when this price was even higher, around $20 to $30. And batteries are something you always need extra. Always. This isn't the kind of exciting deal like 50% off. It was silent, but in the long run, it's the most economical. If you haven't already entered the Bauer or Hercules system, this is the cheapest entrance I've seen recently. 3. Outdoor power tools. Right in season, right price. Spring has begun. Harbor Freight knows you're about to clear the yard, wash the car, and blow away the leaves. Bauer, 338 cubic feet per minute. Leaf blower kit. List price $100, now $80. Includes 5-ampere-hour battery plus charger. This is the suspicious part in a good way. Full kit combos under $80 to $90 don't appear often. You usually have to buy a separate tool and add a separate battery. Combo always sells better because the mindset is simple. Buy it and use it right away. And honestly, for $80, you'd be hard-pressed to find a similar combo at larger chains. In short, sockets for building the foundation. Battery to turn on the system. Outdoor combo to take advantage of the moment. These are the three groups I would prioritize before looking at other seemingly appealing dishes. And in the next section, we'll talk about deals that sound big but aren't always worth the money. If you like this straightforward way of breaking things down, you know what to do. No need for noise, just stay with me until the end of the video. Deals should only be purchased if you have the right needs. That sounds spectacular. It looks bright red. But not everything that's significantly reduced is worth swiping your card for. U.S. General Carts. 25% off. But wait a minute, 25% off all U.S. General Carts. Sounds like a sign to rush in. 5-drawer mechanics cart, $280 now, $210. First reaction, oh, I saved $70. But here's the part nobody tells you. This 5-drawer has dropped below $200 quite often. At one point, it touched $189 to $199. That means today's $210 level isn't a historical low. 25% sounds very sexy. But 25% of a high number is still a high number. If you really need a cart right now, for example, a messy garage, an unfinished project, $210 isn't a bad price. The US General build is pretty good for the price, and compared to similar carts at Lowe's or Home Depot, you're still paying a few tens of dollars less. But if you only see a decrease, then you want to buy it. This is not a deal to run. Even more interesting is that with large cabins priced at $600 to $700, 25% is now much more worth considering. Because at that time, you were talking about $150 to $200 in cash savings. That's the percentage that's meaningful. In other words, don't be mesmerized by the 25% figure. Look at the final price. Avanti paint sprayer, $35. The clarity scent is quite noticeable. $35 for a handheld paint and stain sprayer. It sounds like a spring bargain. And yes, for small needs, painting fences, dyeing decks, doing a few DIY projects, this price is hard to fault. It's much cheaper than the big brands out there. But look closely. This product has appeared in many recent sales. Prices just kept getting lower and lower. And now there's a new high-performance version out. Read a little between the lines. This is almost a disguised clarity. If you're planning to paint in the next 1 to 2 months, $35 is great. Buy it and use up all its value. But what if you only bought it because it was too heavily discounted? It will most likely sit in the corner of the garage for another year. Harbor Freight is making room for a new model, and you're standing on the last shelf of the old version at the lowest price. The question is, do you really need it? In short, just remember, US General Cart, 25% off, reasonable if needed immediately, not bottom up if you're only hunting for deals. Avanti sprayer, $35 worth buying if you have a specific project, not a stockpile. In the next section, we'll talk about the small deals under $10, seemingly insignificant items that silently drive up the total bill. If you like the way you peel back the numbers and look directly at the true face of each deal, just stay with me. And if you find that this kind of analysis helps you avoid losing money unnecessarily, then you know how to support the channel. This is Harbor Freight's dopamine trap area. Several items were hanging near the checkout counter. Small, cheap, no need to think. And that's why it's extremely effective. But wait, it's not all meaningless. Some items under $10 this month are really worth throwing in the basket. Mini pick and hook set, 99 cents. 99 cents. It's even cheaper than a glass of water. And you won't believe how many times you need it. Remove the O-ring. Pry the gasket. Wire. These are small things, but without the right tools, you'll waste 15 minutes struggling. 99 cents is not a deal. Is that why not? At Home Depot, you'd be hard-pressed to find a similar set under $5 to $7. Star-bit socket set, $5, 50% off, half off. That means they're pushing the line. A 9-piece set for $5 is an almost unbeatable price. And Torx isn't something you use every day, but when you need it right away. Here's the tool 99% of the time you lie still. The remaining 1% saves you from running to the salon at 9 p.m. $5 for that convenience? I don't need to think too much about it. Glass towels. $4, 3 pieces, 50% off. That doesn't sound sexy, but extremely pragmatic. Grant's streak-free glass cleaning cloths, priced at $4 for 3, are significantly cheaper than the high-end microfiber cloths found in larger chains. And if you've ever wiped glass and left streaks, you understand how annoying it is. It's not something you show off to your friends, but it's something you use every week. Chisel set, $5. These chisels have been in Harbor Freight for a decade. Not flashy, not high-end, but $5 for a lightweight DIY chisel set. That's great. You're not buying it to build custom kitchen cabinets for $20,000. You buy them to pry, adjust, and fix small things without fear of losing your tools. Wheel chocks, $5. This is something many people skip. $5 for a rubber stopper sounds boring. But if you've ever worked under a car, you understand feeling safe is more important than saving $5. In large stores, solid rubber is usually higher than this level. Harbor Freight is playing volume in this segment. Here's the interesting thing. A level below $10 triggers impulsive buying. Add enough. Maybe it will be needed later. Harbor Freight makes a lot from these items. Large volume. The profit margin is small for each item, but the combined value is extremely high. So what is the strategy? If you've decided to buy sockets, batteries, or large tools, adding 2 to 3 items under $10 that are really useful to your cart makes sense. But don't turn $5 into $50 just because it's cheap. In the next section, we'll talk about high-value deals, generators, pressure washers, where the purchase decision can affect you years later. If you prefer this kind of straightforward, no-nonsense analysis, feel free to stay with me. And if you find it helps you keep money in your wallet longer, you know how to track the channel. This is no longer just an addition to the basket for fun. This is a decision that could last you 5 to 10 years. Generator 5,000 watts. Dual fuel, reduced from $1,100 to $800, reduced by $300. Just hearing about it made my heart beat a little faster. But this isn't the kind of buy-to-buy out-of-sale kind. This is the kind of buy you make because you've experienced a power outage once. And that's enough. 5,000 watts. Dual fuel runs on gasoline or propane. That means flexibility. That means when people rush to buy gasoline after a storm, you still have other options. $800 isn't cheap, but compared to comparable models at Home Depot or Lowe's, you often have to spend a few $100s more for similar capacity, especially if you have dual fuel. Interestingly, generators aren't something you use every week. It's lying there, silent. Wait until the day you really need it. And when that day comes, you won't care anymore whether it ever dropped $300 or not. You only care whether it's there or not. This is the type of product that activates a preventative mindset. One power outage is sufficient reason to buy. If you live in an area with storm snow or an unstable power grid, $300 discount is more than just a deal. It's the moment. But what if you live in an apartment or an extremely stable area? Don't buy it out of emotion. Generator isn't something to be left there for fun. Predator, 4,400 pounds per square inch, 4.2 gallons per minute, pressure washer, reduced from $900 to $800. This is the number that makes me stop. 4,400 pounds per square inch, 4.2 gallons per minute. 4.2 gallons per minute is very high. Not a weekend car wash toy. This is enough to handle heavy work, driveway siding deck, and even taking on small jobs to earn extra money. Reducing the generator by $100 doesn't sound much compared to $300, but for the commercial duty line, this reduction is quite realistic. And here's the little secret: pressure washing is one of the easiest side hustle to get into. A good machine, a pickup truck, a few customers in the neighborhood. Many people start like that. In major brands, comparable configurations often drive prices up significantly. Harbor Freight is playing a strong price, large volume strategy in this segment. But don't let the parameters blind you. 4,400 pounds per square inch is not for everyone. If you only wash your family car, you don't need to go to this extent. You are paying for the power you are not using. And if you've ever thought, how about we try earning extra money by washing our neighbors' yards? $800 could be the starting point. In summary, Generator 5,000 watts purchased for safety and proactiveness. Don't buy it for fear of missing out. Predator 4,400 pounds per square inch. Buy it if you have a clear plan. Not to show off specifications. These are the big deals where your decisions affect not only your wallet today, but also how you prepare for the future. In the final section, we'll put it all together into a smart buying strategy. If you only have a limited budget, which order should you prioritize? If you prefer an analysis that gets straight to the point instead of shouting out huge deals, then stay with me. And if you find these breaks help you make more confident decisions, you can follow the channel No Fuss, just so you don't miss out on truly worthwhile deal hunts. This is the part that few people talk about. Harbor Freight is very good at making you feel like you're saving money. But the real savings don't lie in the percentage discount. It lies in strategy. March 2026 holds many exciting things, but if you walk into the store without a plan, you'll leave with a longer bill than intended. So what is the strategy? If budget is limited, build the foundation first. Let's say you only have a few $100s. Don't split it into smaller purchases. Step 1. Purchase a 35% off socket, because this is the foundation. Icon and Quinn's simultaneous declines like this aren't always the case. Sockets are something you'll use every week, not just for fun. Lifetime warranty. Broken is a change. If you ignore this, 35% chances are you'll end up paying more in a few months. Step 2. Buy a 2-pack battery pack. $90 to $100 for 2 times 5 ampere-hour batteries is near the bottom. Batteries are assets. Tools are subject to change. Batteries are what lock you into the ecosystem. Invest in batteries first. The tool can wait for a sale later. Step 3. Adding 1 to 2 items under $10 is really helpful. Mini pick set, star, bit, wheel chalk. These small dishes won't make you poorer, but it might save you from running to the shop late at night. This is a safe, effective, low-risk combo. But if you want to make a big investment, think long-term. There are deals that aren't for everyone. But if you've considered it beforehand, March is the time. Generator 5,000 watts is reduced by $300. Nobody shows off generators on Instagram, but when the power goes out, you won't care what Instagram thinks. If you live in an area with storm snow or a weak power grid, this is not spending money. This is defense. Predator, 4,400 pounds per square inch. Pressure washer. If you've ever thought about earning extra money with pressure washing, this is a powerful enough configuration for serious work. 4.2 gallons per minute is not a toy. This is a one-time purchase intended for years of use. Premium tool cabinet. 25% off sounds normal, but with a cabinet of $600 to $700, you're talking about $150 to $200 in cash. That's a meaningful saving, but only upgrade if you've moved past the stage of leaving the tool in the plastic container. There's a little secret about Harbor Freight. They're good at creating a sense of urgency. Parking lot sale. Inside Track Club early access. Instant savings have expired. Part of it is marketing. Part of it is true. Because there are deals that won't repeat anytime soon, especially 35% of sockets. But there are also dishes that will be back in 2 to 3 months. A smart strategy isn't about buying everything. It's about distinguishing which ones are rare, which ones are cyclical. There's no shortage of deals at Harbor Freight in March 2026. But the important thing isn't whether or not there's a discount. But here's the thing. Which deals are really rare? 35% sockets aren't a common occurrence. Which deal just looks big, but used to be cheaper? And which deals can affect you for years, like generator or pressure washer? If you remember one thing from this video, remember this. Don't buy for percentages. Buy for the sake of planning. Harbor Freight is very good at creating a sense of urgency. But you don't need to rush, you need to be clear. Build the foundation first. Invest later. And let items under $10 serve you, not control you. I really want to know. What are your goals for this March? Are you part of the Socket Plus Battery Foundation building team or the Preventative Generator Investment team? Are there any deals I haven't mentioned that you find noteworthy? Drop the comment below, I'll read it all. And often your own comments can help others avoid making a hasty decision. If you prefer a straightforward, unhyped analysis, free from meaningless high-value deals, you can follow the channel. Not for watching ads, but each time you walk into the store, you have a slight advantage. Each month, I will break down sales in this way, real figures, price history, and a pragmatic perspective. All analysis in this video is based on advertising information and prices at the time of publication. Prices may vary by region or inventory. This is not financial advice. It's not about telling you what to buy either. Ultimately, your budget and needs are what matter most. This March could be a good opportunity, or just another sale. The difference lies in how you walk into the store. And if you've watched this far, I believe you'll walk in with more alert eyes. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next videos.